is Michael Goldberg with We Love Soaps TV, and today I am with Sebastian La Cause, who has been nominated twice for Best Actor and won for the Indie Series Awards, has also won Best Ensemble Cast for the show. Welcome, Sebastian, superstar of everything regarding hustling.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy to be here.
So I'm in denial that the show is coming to an end. I just had to quickly just say that.
Sure. I think I will join you in that boat. It definitely is a bit bittersweet, but you know, it's we've come a long way. It's been 3 really great seasons, and you know, I'm not necessarily saying that it's the end of hustling, but at least it's the end of this chapter in the show's life, and I hope the life will continue. But for now, you know, it's coming to an end. It's, you know, 3 years back to back to back, and you know, I'm writing and I'm producing and then I'm doing the Kickstarters. It's been nonstop for 3 years. So just for one, Sebastian needs a little bit of a break from that. Mm-hmm. As much as I love it, and I love doing it, and it fulfills me in many ways, and it has changed my life tremendously, not only creatively, but just how I perceive the world and move through it as a human being now is sort of like new agey as that sounds, but it really has transformed me in many ways. But I feel like I want to move forward, just like what the show is about, sort of starting again or finding your way. And the show has sort of given me a new direction in life, and I feel like I want to I just want to give more energy to that, and I'm excited about maybe some other ideas that I have, and I would just like to explore that and just, you know, move on and grow and evolve.
Yes, it's always a good thing to be able to do that. The in terms of the show, how did you come up with it? Where did you come up with the initial concept?
Well, when back in, it was 2010 or 2011, when I decided that I was finally going to jump into this web series world, when I started looking around and finding a ton of great shows out there, and a ton of, you know, not great shows. Mm-hmm. So trying to figure out where, you know, what my voice was and where I could see myself. And I knew that I didn't want to do a show about an out-of-work actor. You know, there were people who were already doing that, and they were doing it well. But I didn't want to be quite as literal with my storytelling. So I had spent some time in Los Angeles, and I had met some interesting people. And when I was like, okay, what am I going to write about? Their stories popped into my head, and I thought I would apply... you know, I would adapt it to me. I had just turned 40, and I was like, okay, well, what if I made it about this guy who was doing porn and escorting and who hits 40, and then, you know, and he's like, well, now what do I do with my life? And that's sort of where it all just, it stemmed from that idea. And really, from that point, I just did kind of infuse everything I do know about being an artist. I mean, it's sort of a metaphor. It's not a literal translation of being, you know, like sort of like an actor and an artist in the business. It's, you know, kind of, I use it as a metaphor, and it was easy to sort of infuse my struggles as an artist and the things I'm trying to do into that story. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of me in it, but all, you know, sort of changed up and poetically used for the show.
And I have to ask, were you surprised to be nominated for Best Actor for a 3rd time?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been surprised every year. The first year, I you know, it just sort of came out of the blue. I received an email from them saying, "Congratulations, you've been nominated," and it was It was for me. It was a really not profound, but it was meaningful because I've been in the business for a long time, and I've honestly never been recognized for my acting work before. So it was a very special moment, and to be recognized for something that I've created myself is sort of even has more value because I manifested it all myself in a way. It's been incredible. All the recognition or accolades or whatever is just all icing on the cake because I've already gotten so much out of the process of doing this that all that other stuff is just really like awesome sauce.
Do you sleep at all?
I do sleep. I like to edit like in the wee hours of the night, like sort of like the golden time for me is like probably like midnight to like 4. I love working at that hour, but I do sleep. I get like 6 to 7 on a good night, 8 hours. I make sure I get my sleep.
Okay, that's good. That's definitely good to know.
Yeah.
The 9 nominations, the most nominations out of any web series. How does that feel?
It feels good. It feels it feels really nice, and it's humbling. It's I don't know. It's also a strange feeling. We work really, really hard, and I've spent so much time on the show, and it's so much energy and so many hours and late nights, and so that's nice when someone says, look, we sort of acknowledge all your hard work that you've done, and we think it's good, and so that feels really nice to have someone's just sort of point you out and say that, and it sort of makes all those hours worth it. And I love the show so much, and I'm just happy for the other actors. I mean, it's like I love surrounding myself with really talented people because they only make you look better. So I'm really happy that so many of the other actors in the show have been nominated, and it's awesome.
Well, I think you're great. The show is great. I thank you for being here. Any parting words about hustling and about what's coming up? Again, spoilers. I want spoilers.
Well, just one thing I would say is one thing before there are any spoilers or the last episodes I could talk about would be that the show has grown so much, and a huge reason it has the look and how the quality of the show that it has is because of our cinematographer Nathaniel Kramer, who found me through our Kickstarter campaign for season 2 and was like, your show's great and I would love to be involved with it. So when Nat came on board, I feel like just everything changed with the show. So I am so grateful to him and so proud to have him on the team, and so thankful that he wanted to be a part of the show and just lent his creative eye and talents and to the project, and it's just so extremely grateful to him, and I just want to say that because the show would not be what it is without him. As far as the last 2 episodes, I don't know, it's so interesting. Like, the show's grown so much. I mean, like, this season, it's like there's like intertwining storylines, and which is really kind of great. And there's like this like sort of political slant, and it's really kind of fun. And it's been great because he's in season 1. He's sort of has nothing, and he sort of finds his way and sort of ends up with a little piece of the pie. And then is kind of getting caught up in it a little bit, and then also trying to be a great friend and helping people out, but sort of losing sight of really what's important, what he's supposed to be focusing on. Mm-hmm. So it's really fun to build someone up and then sort of like pull the rug out from under them, and then see how they deal with that. I mean, because the show is called Hustling, so. Mm-hmm. It's and it will be interesting to see how everything plays out with the article. That's obviously a big sort of story plot point that's happening, and
That nasty Simon.
that nasty, awful Simon Luft, I think, is his last name. I don't think you ever really know that, but in the script at one point his name was Simon Luft. So that's going to play a crucial part in what's happening, and it's just gonna it affects all the characters, and it's just really fun to see how the trickle down effect is, and how everyone is going to deal with that, and how everyone is just going to try to figure out their lives and move on and keep hustling.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing those last episodes.
I'm excited to get them out to you. I'm working on them right now, and it's just it's so exciting. Like when I watch it, and I get really super excited to put them out there. So I'm excited.